Hi, I'm Dave and welcome back to BrenTeck IT Tech Support. Today we've got the unboxing, setup and quick review of the Acer Predator Helios 300 15.6 QHD IPS gaming laptop. Now it's got a refresh rate of 165 Hz for the laptop screen and it comes with an Intel i7 11th gen processor, 16 gig of RAM, which is expandable up to 32 gig. It is a heavy laptop. That's obviously the power brick in there. That's a heavy power brick. And talking about powering the graphics card, it comes with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070. Yes, that's right, it has an RTX graphics card in here. So it is a gaming laptop. We've got it for video editing. There is some weight to that power supply. Now, the graphics card also comes with 8 gig of dedicated DDR6 VRAM. It comes with a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD drive with Windows 11 pre-installed. What do we have in our envelope? We have some stickers and manual, quick start guide, declarations and warranty information. Hey, in our box we have some other bits. We have some screws and a serial ATA adapter. So obviously it's consumer upgradable, so we can change and put a hard drive or SSD inside it as well. Again, be careful when you open your boxes, you don't want to scratch anything inside. Very pretty packaging. On the bottom, we've got our fans, which have custom-made blades to increase airflow and reduce wind noise. On the side, we've got our Thunderbolt USB Type-C port. Then we've got our USB 3.2 Gen 2 10 gigabits port, which supports power-off charging. Then a HDMI port and a mini display port. On the other side, we've got our 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, which isn't mentioned in the documentation on Acer's website. We then have 2 USB 2 ports, and then we've got our headset port, which is for both speakers and microphone as well. On the back, we've got our charging port, and the bottom, the ventilation on here is absolutely excellent. You've got rear exhausts, high feet, so it's not going to rest too low onto the table to give you plenty of airflow at the bottom, and plenty of ventilation at the back to suck cold air in to then blow it out the back and sides as well. The laptop itself is actually quite a heavy weight, and that's great because it's a sturdy built machine, but with the expansions they've given us, there's no single port access to it, so you will have to strip the back of the machine down to expand it. But considering they've provided it to you, I wouldn't expect them to be complaining about any warranty issues if you were to do that. Now the display is 15.6 inch QHD IPS display with a refresh rate of 165 Hz. The touchpad is a multi-touch sensor, so you've got 2 fingers scrolling, and the very nice thing is it's also RGB backlit keyboard and a separate number pad as well. Well, we'll get this powered on and we can then see it boot up. Okay, we'll get our power brick and our cable and connect these together first. Quite a nice long power cable on this actually, and a nice cable tidy, I like that. Then we'll plug the plug into the main socket first and then plug the adapter in. And I'll just plug it in. You've got to make sure you give that a good hard push. There's one last click to get it in. And once you do have it powered up, you will see the charge light appear and we can turn it on. And we can see the RGB. We've got blue lights for our arrow keys and some of the extra function keys. We also have a turbo button as well. Obviously we're going to have to go through all the Windows updates on this. So we select our country, say yes. We obviously want the United Kingdom keyboard. We don't want to add a second keyboard layout at the moment. And you want to connect to our Wi-Fi, our dual band, because this has Wi-Fi 6 built into it, and then click next. And obviously we're going to have a huge amount of Windows updates to do, because like any Windows computer, as soon as you get it, it will have updates. Click next. Of course, we're going to have to restart several times as well, but that's the same with any computer. I hope the microphone's picking up the BIOS boot sound. It's quite cool. And we have to accept all their license agreements. And give the computer a name. So once you've chosen your name, click next. Now, if you have your Microsoft account, you can add it or you can skip that. It's up to you. I've just noticed something while setting it up. Now, it says Full HD, 144 Hz, 3 milliseconds refresh rate on the screen. But on the documentation, they say it's 165 Hz. Now, we've also got this key here, and they're calling that a Predator sensor key. Don't ask me what that is, I haven't got a clue. Right, we'll go ahead up and set up a new Microsoft account because we want to have it so it registers the operating system to us, because they keep a log of your registration keys as well. So we'll click create a new account and we'll put in our email address. Now with our studio lights, it's making the keyboard look a bit different to what it actually is. So if I shield some of the keys from the lights, you might see it lights up differently. These ones are hopefully being picked up on the camera as blue, and these might be coming up as white. But if I block the light from it, and I actually press the keys, you can see that they light up when you touch them. So it's a very nice backlit screen. I've quickly turned off the studio lights so you can see the backlit of the keyboard. As you can see, the WASD and arrow keys lit up very well when I've got the studio lights on, and they stay a blue color. I assume they might have a double print on those or something, but when you press the other keys, they all light up really nicely. Okay, just put in your Hotmail address if you have one. If you don't, then you can create an account. Now, personally, I wouldn't bother using the Microsoft OneDrive. We've got our own servers and we provide our own backup system, which is far better than what Microsoft supply, and you've got direct access to the data and the service support. And we'll put in the password for it as well. And click sign in. And then we need to create a PIN number. And I love the way you can have a PIN, which is personal identification number, with letters and symbols, at which point it's a password, but they still affectionately refer to it as a PIN number. Some bright spark at Microsoft, obviously. Right. We'll say no to Microsoft using our location, but you can say yes, it's a personal choice. Okay, we're actually going to say yes to it because we want find our location, so we'll put that on. Again, you can choose optional extra data to be sent to Microsoft are only required. We're going to select only required. Again, you have to choose if you want to send them all your typing style information, and I assume it's if you've got a touch screen for inking, but we're going to say no to give them information. Again, tailored experience. Again, you need to choose if you want to give them more diagnostic information and tracking information. We're going to say no to that. It just means it's not going to affect how many ads you get. It's just less tailored ads. Ad advertising, we're going to say no, we don't want to have targeted ads. Click next. Okay, we'll just have a look at these settings. Again, you need to make a choice here. You can actually skip these things. I'll click accept. Now here they're giving you the option to back up to OneDrive. or just leave them on the computer. We're just going to leave them on this computer because we've got our own backup servers, which are much more secure and are in control of the data rather than trusting it with Microsoft. We don't want a trial of Microsoft 360. We prefer using LibreOffice. They're giving you an option of getting a Xbox Game Pass, which might be worth the claim or not, depending on how much of a gamer you are. We're going to skip that for now. And now we need to enter some more registration details. Okay, so we'll just fill in the registration form. It's a shame they didn't make that automatically select. They could have easily made that, when you select that, it could have selected that for the phone number as well. Then put in your number, remove the prefix 0. When you fill in your details, click next. And ooh, that's a sensitive touch. I didn't select all the options there, unfortunately. And we're finally into Windows. Greeting message. Right, we're finally into Windows. It looks like a lovely screen on this. I hope the camera's picking it up nicely. And now it's Windows. Use it as you would do any Windows 11 machine. You've got to obviously customize all your installation, which we'll be doing off camera. But that's a quick setup of it. Please note that with Windows 11 now, they've decided to move the start menu from the corner into the center of the screen, which is so handy. Thanks Microsoft for that. You could have left that alone. And if people use the search box up here or search glass here, and you do internet searches, it will then take you by default into Microsoft Edge. It won't use your default web browser, which is insanely annoying. It would have been fine if it did a web search from there, opened your web browser, used your preferred search engine, and then carried on. That's great, but using Edge, using Bing search, that's kind of a bit annoying, but that's just Windows 11 for you. So use your web browser before you start doing any searches. That way you get the results and experience you're looking for. Well, on the back as well, if I close the lid, you might be able to see that they have a little RGB logo there. Maybe it might just be blue, but it certainly all lights up very pretty. And there we have the AcerPredatorHelios300 15.6 inch QHD ISP display gaming laptop. I'll put some of the information up on the screen as well about it so you can read all the specs. Now, what I put on the screen might differ to what you see on Acer's website, but that's because I'm not actually putting all the information on their website clearly. So I'm going to use the information that's in the booklet and what I can find on their website as well. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If so, do give it a good like, thumbs up, comment, and as always, subscribe. Our viewer count's going up all the time, and we really do appreciate all your comments, guys. Our channel's growing, we're starting to get sponsorships. Unfortunately, this wasn't a sponsored product, we had to buy this, but we do let you know when we do have a video sponsored, so you know that there isn't any bias, even though we are being sponsored for that particular product. And we're just so happy that we're growing now. It's really exciting times for us. Right, that's it for now. Take care. As always, bye for now.